Hello and welcome to another video. This video addresses the question, am I smart? And it also addresses when people worry about whether they're smarter than somebody else or whether somebody else is smarter than them. And I have a question, which is, what does smart mean? You know, like I'm not smarter, she's smarter than me, or I wish I was smarter. So you worry that you're not smart, right? Well, really? Are you sure? So if you're thinking this and you're worrying this, stop right now and ask yourself, what exactly do you mean by smart? Do you mean higher grades, reads faster in the smart classes? All of the above? Well, boo-hoo for you. If you think you're not smart, boo-hoo for you. And I mean that I'm being a little sarcastic. Stop worrying about it. What you're doing is you're doing something that's not smart, because if you're worrying about how smart you are, you're not doing something very smart. And the reason why I'm going to tell you now, because it's time to learn about your brain. Turns out you already have a good one. There are different kinds of smart, young warrior. There are different kinds of smart. Just asking somebody, are you smart or not, that's not a good question. That's the problem. And to show you how that works, let's think about a word related to smart. Let's think about the word athletic. Okay? So are you athletic? Well, you might think, well, yeah, I think so. Stop. Before you answer that, let's first read about Mike and Julia. Mike can bench press 405 pounds, and he won 2 powerlifting competitions in high school. He can't run super fast, but he's as wide as a barn and is a beast with a barbell. And then here's Julia. Julia just ran another marathon and finished first again. She's light and slender and not physically strong, but when she puts on her track shoes, she will whip you. So who's a better athlete? Who's smarter with their bodies? The answer is it doesn't matter who's smarter. It doesn't matter. Mike's good at lifting and Julia's good at running, and that's it. They're both proud of their strengths. Julia doesn't whine that she's weak, and Mike doesn't grumble that he's slow. They just do what it is that they do, and they don't worry about the other athlete. So the point of this whole athletic thing may surprise you because it reveals an interesting fact about yourself and your brain, and that is that brains are like bodies. They're smart in lots of different ways. You could be smart with numbers. You could be smart with selling things or creating music, fixing computers. You might be smart with a wrench in your hand, or smart with a paintbrush, or with managing people, or with caring for animals, or smart in 1,000 other ways. And the thing that I also want to show is that, which you may not realize, but in fact, a peach tree is smarter than you. Did you know that? A peach tree is smarter than you. How do you like that statement? Well, the reason I'm saying that is because a peach tree can make peaches, and you can't. So the peach tree can do something that you can't, and so therefore the peach tree is smarter than you are. And also, a fly is smarter than you. That's right, you are dumber than a fly, because a fly can walk upside down on a ceiling and you can't. And so therefore the fly is smarter than you. Now, does that make sense? Of course it doesn't make sense. But this is the point of what I'm saying, that when you try to compare yourself to somebody else to say who's smarter, it's faulty thinking. Here's another one. Lizards are smarter than you because they can survive in the desert and you can't. Ha ha, you're dumber than a lizard. Now, obviously, that doesn't make any sense. Obviously, that's not true. So these examples here with the peach tree and the lizard and the fly are just trying to show you, I'm just trying to show you that you should not be thinking about who is smarter and who isn't smarter, because we all have our strengths, and we should all do what it is that we do based on what our strengths are. So what you have to figure out is, where does your strength lie? Now, you may not be a soccer star, but maybe you can kick the soccer star's butt at paintball or fixing engines. And is it possible that you would embarrass your brainy neighbor in a game of pool or a sales contest? Would the hotshot track star be jealous if you entered a dance competition or an architecture competition and won first place? So you see, if you whipped these people at something you're better at than them, does it really matter who's smarter or who's more athletic? No. It doesn't matter who's smarter. If you're better at something than somebody else, does it matter that they're smarter? The answer is no. So stop worrying about it and stop thinking about it. Because the smartest people are the ones who do what they do best. They're also the happiest people. So don't worry about the other person. Get out there and do what it is that you do. And here is an assessment that you ought to complete to show that you really know the concepts and the terms and the ideas presented in in this video, and there's also a rubric at the end which your teacher can fill out and give you feedback as to how you did on the assessment. So there you go. Stop worrying about how smart you are. Stop worrying about how smart other people are, and get out there and tear up the world. I'll see you in another video.